the shocking psychology of procrastination, and how to stop it. You're procrastinating right now, aren't you? Don't worry, we won't judge you, but we're here to tell you that you're not alone. An estimated 20% of adults and more than 50% of students procrastinate on a daily basis. In fact, scientists have discovered signs of procrastination in pigeons, which is defined as willfully and unnecessarily delaying a task. So, why do so many people put off doing something they know they should do? What is the source of this problem? What's more, how do you quit procrastinating? Let's not wait any longer to respond to these inquiries. In order to stop procrastinating, you need to understand procrastination. Here's a guide to the shocking psychology of procrastination and how to stop procrastinating. What leads you to procrastinate? It's all too tempting to blame procrastination on bad time management or, even worse, simple laziness. The science, on the other hand, does not support this. There isn't any strong scientific evidence that procrastination is caused by poor time management. However, scientists can readily conclude that it's all about mood control. At its foundation, procrastination is the inability to control one's feelings and emotions. Although many people believe impulsivity and self-control are the issues, the root of the problem is a bad emotional response. Every person is confronted with stressful situations and difficult tasks that activate the amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain that processes emotions and detects dangers, triggering a fight or flight reaction that has been linked to procrastination. People who claim to be chronic procrastinators had more gray matter volume in the amygdala. This implies they'll be more aware of the negative implications of their behavior, which will lead to more unpleasant emotions and procrastination. Another important aspect in procrastination is temporal thinking, or, to put it another way, how similar you envision your current self to yourself in the future. If you're a regular person, you probably struggle with temporal thinking. According to research conducted at the University of California, Los Angeles, you most likely see yourself as an entirely different person in the future. Researchers discovered that when we analyze information about our present and future selves, distinct parts of the brain are activated using functional MRI scans, and that the same areas of the brain are stimulated when we envisage our future selves as they are when we imagine a stranger. This is significant because if you think of your future self in this way, it's simpler to do something that would injure them in the future, rather than doing it yourself now. However, the truth is that we don't change all that much in such a short amount of time. This misconception is probably familiar to you if you're a chronic procrastinator. However, there is some data that suggests there is a simple method to improve your temporal thinking. Practice it more frequently. For example, one intriguing study of university students discovered that those who pictured themselves 2 months in the future for 10 minutes twice a week from a third and first-person perspective were less inclined to delay and procrastinate. According to the findings, such a practice was helpful in generating altruistic drive towards a future self, owing to the fact that it caused people to procrastinate less in the present. Is procrastination bad for your health? Procrastination can lead to far more issues than missed deadlines. People who procrastinate on a regular basis have higher stress levels and a higher number of acute health concerns. They are more prone to headaches, sleeplessness, and stomach problems. They're also more prone to colds and flu. Even more concerning, researchers have discovered that procrastination is a risk factor for hypertension and cardiovascular disease, with chronic procrastinators being more prone to avoid good habits like exercise. Chronic procrastinators have been demonstrated to not only perform poorly in school, but also earn less money and have professions that are judged to be of lower worth to them. Procrastination has also been linked to lower self-esteem and fewer dental checkups, according to studies. So then how do you stop procrastinating? As you may have imagined, procrastination is a major issue. Fortunately, psychologists are aware of this and have been looking for effective ways to address it. There are a variety of quick-fix procrastination solutions available. One fascinating research, for example, highlighted how downsizing greater time scales, such as 48 hours instead of 2 days or 10,950 days instead of 30 years, might make events appear more proximate, pushing people to engage in impending tasks. Self-compassion and cognitive reframing are two major methods for minimizing procrastination at its source. People are unaware that procrastinators, particularly chronic procrastinators, are exceedingly harsh on themselves both before and after completing a task. Don't over-identify to the point of becoming frustrated. Take a step back for a moment and just admit that you're unhappy with yourself. Then take a step forward. It's all about accepting that everyone makes mistakes. You are neither the first nor the last person to postpone. This view is becoming more and more supported by the data. For example, a study discovered a strong correlation between delaying and lower levels of self-compassion. According to one study, people who conducted a 3-minute mindfulness practice were less likely to postpone thereafter. These exercises assist you in gaining self-perspective, stopping you from falling into a trap of negative feelings that lead to procrastination. It's all about reevaluating, seeing something in a new light, and when you give anything significance, you give it a purpose. In conclusion, you learn the psychological reasons to why people procrastinate, how to stop procrastinating, and what steps to take. In order to stop procrastinating, you need to understand procrastination. Make sure to follow these steps in order to stop procrastinating. Like and subscribe for other content like this. Don't forget to check out our other content.